myo-inositol per day. That's 2,000 milligrams. Then you'd want to divide that by 25, and that's how many milligrams of D-chiro-inositol you would want to take as well. Or you could go with the lower end dose and divide it by 40 and take that number of milligrams of D-chiro-inositol along with the inositol. Again, probably taking it later in the day is going to be good, and it's not clear at all that taking it with food or without food makes any difference whatsoever. So I would suggest you do either. Keep in mind as I'm discussing these recommendations, I may call them prescriptions, but none of these are prescription drugs. And of course, you should always discuss any supplements that you're planning to take or stop taking, for that matter, with your physician. I don't say that to protect me. I say that to protect you. Anytime you're going to add or change something in your overall health regimen, you want to discuss that with your trusted healthcare professional, typically, I would hope, a board-certified MD. The fourth item in the list of commonly suggested supplements for men and women wishing to optimize egg and sperm quality, respectively, is omega-3 fatty acids. And now here we're talking about something that could be obtained from food and can be obtained from food. So if you're consuming fatty ocean fish, things like sardines, anchovies, salmon with the skin, chances are you're going to get some quality omega-3s. Omega-3s are also available in plant-based sources. It's also available in krill, for that matter. But most people find it difficult to reach the threshold required for optimizing mental health and physical health. That is the threshold of the EPA essential fatty acids. And so for that matter, I've suggested before in this podcast, and many fertility docs will suggest, that their patients take omega-3 fatty acids in supplement form. It could be taken in liquid form or in capsule form, but enough of those so that you're getting at least 1 gram per day of the EPA form of omega-3s. Okay, so at least 1 gram per day and as high as 2 or even 3 grams per day of the EPA form. So you'll need to look at the packaging, because oftentimes it'll say high potency omega-3s. It'll say, 1,500 milligrams of omega-3s, but that's not 1,500 milligrams of the EPA form. You look on the back of the label and it'll say each serving contains 750 milligrams of EPA. You want to get above that 1 gram dosage per day and as high as 3 grams per day of the EPAs. The most cost-effective way to do that is going to be liquid form omegas, but that's a little bit inconvenient for many people, and some people don't like the taste. That's why they rely on the capsule form omegas. And of course, there are compounds that can impact fertility status, quality of eggs, quality of sperm, not by adjusting mitochondria or insulin sensitivity or creating a general milieu of support for the egg and the sperm production and function, such as the compounds that I just listed off do, but rather compounds that influence the hormones involved in the generation of sperm and the generation of the eggs, involved in the ovulatory cycle and the spermatogenesis cycle, that is. Now, these are going to come in different forms, and I want to just emphasize that the supplements that do this, that adjust hormones in these ways that can be beneficial, are distinct from hormone therapy or bioidentical hormones, okay? Distinct from hormone therapy or bioidentical hormones, because as we discussed earlier, when you take a hormone like testosterone or even estrogen for that matter from an exogenous, an outside source, you're going to disrupt the feedback pathways inside of your body and you're going to shut down your own endogenous production. The supplements I'm about to describe do not do that, and yet can adjust levels of hormones in more subtle ways that could be beneficial for the process of maximizing fertility for males and for females. The first of which on this list that I'd like to discuss has been discussed in previous podcasts as well, which is a substance called Tongat Ali. Tongat Ali also goes by other names, but when taken at 400 milligrams per day, sometimes separated into 2 dosages, but typically taken as once a day, early in the day, because it can be a little bit stimulating, although not anxiety-provoking. I've never heard of that. Can be a little bit stimulating, but 400 milligrams a day of Tongat Ali has been shown to increase free testosterone by way of reducing something called sex hormone binding globulin. It's also been shown to increase luteinizing hormone, the net effect of which has been described as a subtle but significant increase in libido and some of the other parameters associated with increased androgens like free testosterone in males and females. So a number of people out there are taking Tongat Ali in this way, 400 milligrams per day, restricted to the early part of the day, with or without food. People always ask, do you need to cycle Tongat Ali? I'm not aware of any need to cycle Tongat Ali. In fact, it tends to work better, meaning the effects on libido and some other hormone profiles tends to increase over time. Again, Tongat Ali is an option. Certainly none of these things are requirements. We're simply listing off options. But many people, both males and females, seem to benefit from and like Tongat Ali even if they're not seeking to conceive. There's no reason to think that Tonga Ali directly improves egg or sperm quality, except in males, the increase in androgen created by Tonga Ali supplementation can indeed lead to improved spermatogenesis. So there's a growing amount of data in the research literature on Tonga Ali. Many people find it beneficial.